East may be rejecting ESG and all the DEI woke nonsense, but their American divisions are absolutely still buying into it. Absolutely making everything they can woke and losing, losing what could be fantastic franchises, millions, if not billions of dollars. With the gaming industry being a $60 billion industry, the companies going woke in the West are absolutely killing profits. And it's only a matter of time before the West just says, we're just going to shut down the American divisions and run everything out of our countries. And I don't blame them. I think that would be the best thing for gamers to pay extra money to have in-house translators to translate everything and make it for the Western audience. Because while Japan begins to reject ESG investments, the Pokemon Company International posts jobs listings for Director of DEI and Social Responsibility. And sadly, conforming to the heralds behind the beloved video game franchise are not among the many Japanese individuals who have found themselves rejecting ESG. A newly posted job listing has revealed that the Pokemon Company International is now seeking a Director of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion and Social Responsibility. This is like the transgender community, the LGB, blah, blah, blah. What is it? It's something like 40 characters now. They're just adding more onto the DEI. Which, actually, I think that's one that's funny. Because if you just switch equity and inclusion, it spells out DIES. Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion and Social Responsibility. DIES. But I think that's a perfect metaphor for what these companies are about to do. Per the listing itself, the eventual hire for the position will be tasked with facilitating and promoting the Pokemon Company's Internationals, the U.S. subsidiary of the larger Japan-based Pokemon Company. And if you haven't played a Pokemon game in a while, they absolutely push the woke agenda really fucking hard, which is weird. But I really do think it's only a matter of time before Japan steps in and says, cut this shit out, or we're firing all of you. You're losing us money. I think there might be too many normies in the Pokemon community that don't pay attention and just ignore it. But what they can't ignore is lawyers involved with Pokemon and Halo series slam anti-woke gamers, says his job is to purge them. Purge them. So the lawyer saying he's actively discriminating against people. Let's read on this one just a little bit. Amid a larger discussion about DEI's influence on the video game industry, a person who has worked as a lawyer and producer within the industry for years ranted on Wednesday about it was his job to purge certain people. Fans of beloved franchises across genres of entertainment have voiced frustration when they think movie studios and writers have adopted divisive identity politics or go woke. Some have put the blame on DEI, consulting companies that often work with a movie series or video game in development and help write or influence their stories. Oh, sorry, guys. And we see this with Sweet Baby Inc. and how much pushback SBI has gotten. The fact that SBI detected is, I think, over 400,000 now. Sweet Baby Inc. detected. No, not quite over 400,000. Almost 330,000 people on Steam alone following this page to absolutely make sure that 330,000 people never buy a woke game. Never. And I'll let somebody else do the math on that. Let's say the average cost of these AAA titles seems to be about $60. $60 times 300,000. That's a lot of fucking money that these companies are losing by going into the woke agenda. Don McGowan is the former chief legal advisor of the Pokemon Company, as well as a producer on the film Pokemon Detective Pikachu, in addition to having served general counsel and producer for Bungie, the company behind the Halo games. He wrote a long, now deleted thread about how his job in the industry was to purge a-holes from gaming. He was responding to consumer backlash against DEI consultancy companies like Sweet Baby Inc., calling anti-woke consumers human garbage. Who would have thought? I mean, we all know that lawyers are absolute steaming piles of garbage. But of course, they got to throw around and say, we got to purge anti-woke consumers. They make up a majority of your base. They make up a majority of your base, and you want to purge them. You are the problem, Mr. Don McGowan. I'd look at that picture. It just screams soy boy. What do you want to bet he has a chair in his bedroom, just in the corner? McGowan wrote 20 years in games, 17 in the C-suite. I am well situated to say these people blaming one consultancy for everything they don't like are demonstrating they know nothing about the subject they purport to be discussing. They're sexist and racist. It's funny because I keep saying it. They've used this for so long. They've used the sexist and racist blame game for so long. Nobody believes them and nobody cares, and they expect it to work. He retweeted a thread from Kotaku senior editor Alyssa Mercante, the dumb broad who said she could fight anybody, who is advocating for Sweet Baby Inc., who is about to get laid off because she can't do her damn job and report on video games and has to make everything political. That broad. She appeared to claim people who followed the Sweet Baby Inc. detected list were engaged in a harassment campaign. That's all. Nobody believes them. That's why this Steam community, again, is 330,000 people deep. Under the social media username, trans kids are not a threat, leave them alone. There are no trans kids. There's not a single one. I can't say why they're called that because YouTube will delete the video and quite possibly my channel. But I wish I had a broom. I wish I had a broom right now. McGowan argued the people who are upset with DEI messaging in games are loathed by industry. I'm sure they are. You know, the ones who blackmailed and extorted their way in, I'm sure they are absolutely loathed by us, making sure their games do absolutely horrendous and reviewing them accurately as woke piles of garbage. Stating it has been his job to get rid of them. It's his job to cover up for the corporations when they lose money. That's exactly what his job is. Oh, Pokemon is dying, guys. It's going to take a very long time for people to finally be sick of it, but it's going to happen. Oh, at least on the state side. Japan could easily step in and be like, "You're all fired. You're all fired. We're moving this back to a homeland. Moving this back to homeland. We're going to save it." I really hope they do. I really hope they do. You are on the internet. It's nothing but trash talking. That's what dudes do. We do it in real life too. You're not special because you're weird. Because adult humans don't want to spend their leisure time with a-holes. You're a Gamergate, F off you. G-N... Child? What? Is he trying to say goddamn child? I don't know. Censorship. You should just, your news outlet, just report what he said. McGowan touted his work for the Pokemon Company, noting, by the way, if you're effing crying about the fact that I'm telling you to eat shit, think about why you're such a person that the producer of Detective Pikachu thinks are human garbage, and maybe work on being less SY? I hate when they edit. Anyway, this guy's an absolute weirdo who is completely deranged, and we can absolutely tell hates video games, hates you, and thinks that the 1% of people are going to save gaming corporations and media. He thinks that the normal average person who buys a video game is a piece of human garbage. I don't think I need to say much more. I really hope Japan takes over, fires everybody, gets rid of every weirdo like this, goes through their social media, and copies what Korea does. Just fire the feminists. Just get rid of them. Fire them. What are they going to do? Just shut down the entire headquarters. No, you're all gone. You're all fired. No, they can't. They cannot keep doing this. These companies in Japan and Korea are eventually going to say, you're losing us money. Why? And all they have to do is look to social media, where things like Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, where we have the absolutely fantastic female models, make absolute bankroll, or have Pokemon used to print money like no tomorrow. It's starting to lose money, but only in the American market. It's going to be weird. It's going to be weird to say, and I cannot wait for that to actually happen. I want to see every one of these weirdos that has a homeland country in the East come in and say, "You're all fired. We're sick of you. Nobody likes you. Get out of here." But guys, thank you for watching. Make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share this one out. And make sure you check out my live streams on Sunday so you can catch all the action live. But until the next one, guys, be easy like sleazy.